Hi. In this one, we're going to be going over special cases of linear equations. Now, sometimes when solving linear equations, you'll run into three special cases. The first one, this would be the normal case, is the conditional. Okay, this is called conditional. And this is when you get a situation where you have x equals something. In other words, a single solution. And that something will usually be a real number, like 1, 0, -1, etc. Okay. The second situation is when you get something called an identity. And this is when you get an infinite number of solutions. And in fact, if you solve for x, what you'll end up getting is 0 equals 0. Okay. So something like 3x minus 5 equals 3x minus 5. And what we mean by an infinite number of solutions is you can plug in any number for x, -1, -5, an infinite set of numbers. And what you'll end up with is a true statement. Okay. The left side will always equal the right side. So you'll always end up getting an infinite number of solutions. And that is called an identity. The third situation is called a contradiction. And that is when you get a false statement, something like 0 equals 5. Well, we know that 0 doesn't equals 5. So this is false. Okay. And that's called a contradiction. Now let's go over an example. Here we have -2x plus 10 times the quantity of 1 plus x equals -2 times the quantity of -2x minus 8 minus 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what kind of equation this is. Now, obviously, we can simplify before we even begin solving for x. So we can distribute the 10 on the left side and we can distribute the -2 on the right side. So let's go ahead and do that. So we get -2x plus 10 plus 10x equals -2 times -2x is going to be 4x. -2 times -8 is positive 16. And we have minus 6. Okay, and then we can combine like terms. So -2x and 10x is going to be 8x. And then we have the 10. And for the right side, 16 and minus 6 is 10. So it's going to be 4x plus 10. Okay. And now we can just solve for x by isolating x and then doing inverse operations. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And then I'm going to subtract -10 from both sides. And when we do that, we get 4x on the left side and 0 on the right side. Divide both sides by 4. And we get an x value equal to 0. Okay, so what is this? What situation or special case would this be? Well, this would be an example of a conditional because we got a situation where x equals something, in other words, a real number. Okay, so this is a conditional equation.